In the last 10 years, I've sold $75 million worth of digital products. And each of these circles here is awarded for $25 million generated. And I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. But I've also helped over 10,000 people sell $500 million worth of digital products. So it's fair to say I'm one of the most qualified people in the world to speak on this topic. Because of AI though, the market has changed and traditional digital products are dead. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you what type of AI digital product you should sell and how to build one yourself. Let's begin. A personalized AI coach trained on you sold as a high-ticket digital product. Okay, let me show you an AI coach real quick. This is Jenny AI. It can be anyone, like your name AI, doesn't matter. And it's trained on her frameworks. Like, who's Jenny? Jenny is a keepsakes expert that helps people to organize important documents like your passports, your deeds, your will and whatnot in beautiful folders. Then there's a whole system on how to set this up so that your family is protected when emergency strikes or something bad happens, where you then need all of a sudden the passwords and whatnot, right? So here's Jenny, and that's the AI version of herself that you can talk to 24/7. Which can be part of her offer, her course, her library, her gated content. Jenny, I'm really struggling with having this important conversation with my parents where I'm having small talk and chit chat about stuff, but I really want to know, because they're in their 70s now, where are the important documents? Where are the passwords? What should I know in case of, I don't know, an emergency happens and I need to get stuff by myself? Like this is a very awkward conversation for me. How do I start a conversation? How do I do that?
That's a really common awkward conversation, and it makes sense to feel stuck. Start gently and make it about being prepared, not about age. You could say, I've been sorting out my own paperwork, and it made me realize I don't know where your important documents are. Could we go over a few things so I'd know what to do in an emergency? Then ask just one thing at a time. Where the will is, where passwords are kept, and who to contact first. Would you like me to give you a simple opening script you can use word for word?
Hell yeah, give me that script.
Absolutely, I'll write you a simple word for word script you can use.
Hey, I want to ask you something a little awkward, but important. I've been thinking about emergencies and I realize I don't know where your important documents are or what I need to do if something happened. Could we sit down sometime and go over the basics? I don't need everything at once. I just want to know where to find things and how to call. If you want, you can follow with, let's start with the will. It's a bit direct. Passwords and any key contacts. Look, a couple of things here. I can also go to text mode, right? Where I can continue the conversation. Yeah, that's a little bit direct for me. My dad is called Martin and my mom is called Marion. I think I should ask my dad for this. And I don't want to be too direct. I'm just scared.
That's very understandable. You don't have to be blunt to be clear. Try this with Martin. Dad, I've been thinking about emergencies and I'd feel a lot calmer if I knew where a few important things are kept. Could you help me understand what I'd need to know if I ever had to sort things out quickly? If that feels too much, start even smaller. Dad, can I ask you something practical when you've got a quiet moment? If you want, I can make it sound even softer and more like your own voice.
Yeah, yes, please. You know, like what works best with my parents is I share something and I ask them a question and they can decide what to do with it. If I ask them like to do something, they always are going on the defense and they're not replying or whatever. But if it's me that has a question and I give them the opportunity to react to it, but they don't have to, then they always come back. So what would you do in this case?
That makes a lot of sense. In your case, I'd lead with a small personal thought, then ask one easy question and leave space. You could say, Dad, I was thinking about something practical and it made me realize I don't know where your important papers are kept. If something happened and I needed to help quickly, what would be the best place for me to start? Then stop there and let him answer. If you want, I can make it softer, more casual, or more like your own voice.
It's really nice. Let me show you how to build one of these. So on the back end, there's a studio where you see exactly what's going on, which is the confidence that it has in answering questions about the most asked topics with your people. So building it very simple. You pick your avatar image, the voice, you upload voice samples, you pick the speed, and then you define the behavior. Should it be a coach? Should it be, empathetic? Should it reference to things? Should it explore? Talk also about boundaries. It shouldn't give, for example, legal advice, tax advice, financial advice. Imagine like me having asked for a will, like draft a will. It definitely should qualify that it's not a lawyer, right? resources, you plug in your voice transcribers, Fathom, your Looms, your Vimeos, YouTubes, any files that you have that contain your framework strategies, methodologies, so that the AI coach knows how to answer. And then in the end, you get this landing page, the one that you've just seen, or you get an embed widget that you can plug into any page that you have. For example, your landing page or your membership page, wherever it makes sense, right? To engage with clients, customers, prospects. Which brings us to the engage section. So here you have all the conversations, you see exactly what's going on, and then you can also intervene and jump in as a human. The cool thing with this is that you get a very, very, very qualified customer base. So let's take Jamie here. You see exactly what their goals are, what are the recurring topics, what are the blockers holding them back, what are like actions that maybe were also aligned with your team or with the content, the offer, the product that you're selling. And then you see, okay, the sentiment is going down. Should you reach out to retain this person so that they are not leaving? Or is there an opportunity to upsell them into a higher priced offer to serve them better, right? That's really, really cool. And then ultimately, sessions is something where, let's say GenAI's goal is to make people take action to get organized. Then this is not random Q&A about, hey, I have a question, here's the answer, but it's guiding me through the exact actions, the exact bottlenecks, blockers that hold me back from taking action, resolving them, reframing them, and then helping me to take that action and get to that outcome and that result, right? They can be used with, let's set goals, let's set actions, weekly check-ins, feedback about your content, qualifying a customer, making them book a call, and so on and so forth. Okay? Yeah, so that's in a nutshell what your own AI coach can do 24/7 to serve your customers one-on-one anywhere, anytime. I think you're just missing out if you don't have one of these, especially in the era of AI in 2026. It allows you to make more revenue per customer, to lower your customer acquisition costs because you learn all the language that you can use then to build a stronger offer that converts better. You can also bake the AI coach into your offer so that you're not just selling a big online course, but you actually can sell a small online course, but with an AI coach that serves them one-on-one. And then the more questions, the more answers you have on what the concerns, the problems are, let's say not enough confidence, the more you can obviously make the AI coach better, but you can also create content in around that and make the course stronger, the library stronger, and so on and so forth. So courses, libraries, informational products, selling knowledge, and all of that stuff is a living, breathing system that gets better and better and better over time, okay? You do not ship a course and then set it off and that's it for the next 2-3 years. You start small and you build continuously onto it so that it gets better and better and better as your clients evolve, as you evolve, as the market evolves, and as everything evolves. You just like build as you go and you serve them as you go, and that's how you can serve them at the highest level.